Hey everyone, welcome back to another Chaos Theory review on Jurassic collectibles, and today we are taking a look at the Yaz and Monolophosaurus 2-pack. So another story pack from Chaos Theory, so we won't take as long to look at the packaging on this one. You can see that interestingly though, the Compsognathus included with Yaz has got a removable kind of cone around its head, and it's also called Gordon. So this might be an animal, a dinosaur animal that we see in the second season. Now you can see the Monolophosaurus there, looking decidedly greener on the back of the packaging, I would say, than on the actual figure, but that's no bad thing. But overall, it's the same story pack packaging we've come to expect. So you guys have seen this with Darius, so we'll jump straight in to getting this Monolophosaurus out, and then we will unpackage Yaz, and we will also get Gordon out of the packaging. So just going to set our Monolophosaurus down behind the packaging. Let's crack open the rest of this, and we have got the rest of our items out. Cool, so what we will do is take a look at the Monolophosaurus first, because we tend to start with the dinosaurs in these reviews. So we will bring this one closer to the camera, and you can see that this version of the Monolophosaurus is kind of a dark greyish green with a brown pattern on the body, and we then have got this crimson paint around the face and also on the crest. Now, as you would expect for the Mono, the mouth does open. This feels very similar to the sculpts we saw sort of towards the end of the Chaos Theory line, or not the Chaos Theory line, the Camp Cretaceous line. So you do have that style of joint that originally appeared in the Gallimimus, where you get the up and down. You've got the swivel at the arms, the swivel at the legs, and the swivel at the tail. And as you can see, the pattern goes down the middle of the body, and that's about it. So we have seen quite a few of the Monolophosaurus at this point. There was a new sculpted one released in one of the sublines that looked really weird, but this is the more traditional design for the Mono. And this does come with a Dino Facts App code, as you can see just there, so do feel free to pause and scan that one if you would like to. And then when we get on to Yaz, we will firstly take a look at the figure of Gordon that she comes with. So we'll pop Gordon in her hand. So you can see, we just get Gordon in focus. This cool compy that has got one foot in a plaster cast, and he's also got a cone around his head. Now interestingly, the cone does come off, but I'm not going to remove it because I want to leave it on there. But I do wonder if that's a reuse of the Hammond Collection Malcolm sort of glass piece. It looks very similar, so that would be quite amusing. But yes, Gordon is seemingly a character in the second season of the show, so you can see the plaster cast. Quite a cool little compy. It is a fully new sculpt for this compy, much smaller than the others. And I'm assuming he's a compy. Definitely looks like one, but possibly could be a baby dinosaur of another description, so we'll have to wait and see. And the other accessory that Yaz comes with is a rucksack. Now, impressively, I had assumed that this was a reuse of the Darius backpack, but when I bring Darius in, you can see that these are two different designs. So Mattel have gone as far as creating a brand new sculpt of the rucksack for Yaz, just like they did for Darius, which is cool. And just like with Darius's, we can pull out this side, I believe. It's a bit tight in there, but we can get it out, put it around the figure, and we can also open up the back of the pack. And they do show Gordon in the back of the rucksack on the back of the box. You can see you can kind of nestle him in there. Fits relatively well, and we could then put that onto Yasmina. But we're not going to put it onto Yaz yet. We're going to take a look at Yaz herself first, because this figure uses some smart reuse of parts. So as you can see, the costume here is pretty spot on to what we see Yaz in the show. I don't think the head sculpt is quite there for this one, to be honest with you. I think that Darius is a bit better. But you can see there is the head sculpt there. But what you might notice immediately is that Yaz is reusing the jacket piece from the Fallen Kingdom Claire. So I think it's the Fallen Kingdom Claire, or it could be the Dominion Claire, but we have definitely seen this jacket piece before, and it's possible that the upper arms are reuse as well. The lower arms are definitely new. They've got smaller hands, which are better representative of Yaz, but that upper torso piece is definitely something we've seen before. And then we do have what appear to be all new legs for Yaz, with the sneakers just on there as well. So overall, a decent amount of new stuff with this human figure, but I do think there's a little bit of reuse, which makes sense. It makes sense to do it where they can because it keeps it cost effective and means that we can get plenty more new humans in the line. So I'm just going to put this backpack onto Yaz, and you can see having that removable tab there makes this so much easier than on other figures. Now it does appear that the backpacks have been created for the proportions of the male characters. So the male characters, if I bring Darius back in, they do have a little bit more of a heftier torso, and so that does mean that this sits a little bit loose on Yaz, but it's not awful. And you can see there she is with her rucksack, with Gordon peeking out the back. And the crucial question, can we get her to balance with Gordon in there? Let's just give it a go. We do have a leg joint that appears to be slightly stiff. But if we use the leg that we can move, maybe we can get it to work. There we go. She can stand with Gordon in the back. She just has to lean forward a little bit to accommodate it. So bringing the Monolophosaurus back in, that is the Yaz and Monolophosaurus story pack from Chaos Theory. And I really like this one as well. I think that they've really knocked it out the park with this initial wave of Chaos Theory story packs. There's some really cool accessories, some great characters, a real commitment from Mattel to new sculpts, new accessories that I really like seeing. So that's it for this review, guys. Once again, a huge shout out to Rexy's Reviews for helping me to track these down. And as always, guys, take care and have a great week.